Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show. It's yours weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on NewsTalk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. I'll be back on the air July 5th, and we've got a lot to talk about, including the latest provocation from North Korea, and also President Donald Trump wading into the controversy around the British family and Charlie Gard. Have you heard about this, the latest in this? Something you might have missed as you were celebrating your Independence Day weekend. Trump entering the Charlie Gard debate. We would be delighted to help, the president tweeting out. This according to Fox News, the plight of Charlie Gard, the brain-damaged British baby whose parents recently lost legal battles to keep him on life support, now tugged at the heartstrings as far away as the Oval Office. President Trump Monday tweeted his willingness to lend a hand, and in doing so exposed the debate over who should make a life-and-death decision for Charlie to a massive audience. If you haven't been keeping up with this, this UK family, they've been fighting for their baby's life. They've gone to different courts. This is really what socialized medicine would look like in the future if it came here to the United States. That's one of the big fears about socialized medicine, is that really rights are taken away from you, the parents, and you, the individual, and those rights are handed over to doctors and to the courts. This baby born with a disease and having all kinds of complications. The doctor said, it's time to pull the plug. The baby, Charlie Gard, will not live. And it would be cruel and unusual to take him from the UK and fly him and his parents to the United States, where the United States apparently has some type of experimental treatment. No guarantee at all that the baby would actually live, but it's experimental, and the parents have raised over $1.7 million. They've raised this money to take their baby to the United States from the UK, so that way there could be at least a shot of their child living. The parents were recognized by many, including the courts, as doing everything that they could to help their baby, but the court said, no, we don't think so. You don't get to take your child to the United States. President Trump weighing in on this and saying, if we can help little Charlie Gard, as per our friends in the UK and the Pope, we would be delighted to do so. The tweet, which noted similar calls for compassion from the Pope on Sunday night, comes just ahead of Trump's second international trip later in the week, during which he'll meet with world leaders at the G20 summit in Germany, a conference at which Trump could cross paths with the British Prime Minister, Theresa May. So this is taking on a whole new dynamic now. It'll be interesting to see if the courts, now that they've heard from the President of the United States, will be interesting to see if the UK does anything. I doubt they will. This is the future. This is what socialized medicine does. It takes these decisions away from parents. It takes medical decisions away from the individual, and hands those decisions over to doctors and to the courts. It's something that all Americans should be wary of as we continue to talk about health care and health insurance here in the United States. One of the other big stories that you might have missed while you were celebrating Independence Day, firing off fireworks and cooking out, lawmakers demanding stronger Trump response after North Korean missile test. The North Koreans launching an ICBM successfully, and now the question is, what will the Trump administration do about it? There's not much they can do, unless you go to war. But what the Trump administration may do is press China a little bit stronger to put economic pressure on the North Koreans. The U.S. has continued to put economic pressure on North Korea, and so far it hasn't stopped North Korea. Right now, China is the big trading partner, the big financier of North Korea. If the U.S. can put more pressure on North Korea and put more pressure on China, and the Chinese will actually put more pressure on North Korea, then maybe the U.S. will be able to rein in North Korea in their development of nuclear weapons before having to, fire off a few missiles of our own. I don't see China actually doing it. They should be compelled to because, well, quite honestly, if the U.S. and our allies have to do something, the last thing China wants is a humanitarian crisis right there on their border. At some point, though, North Korea will have to be confronted, I believe, and I think it'll be sooner rather than later. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk, 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Hope you had a great Independence Day weekend. If you did not do this, be sure to do it. Go back and read the Declaration of Independence. It's always a very important thing to read. It's always a very important thing to know, especially during Independence Day. It is something that you all should read. Tune into the Chad Hasty Show the rest of this week, Wednesday through Friday, 8:30 to 11. If you can't listen over the air at 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO here in West Texas, you can listen online at KFYO.com, and you can follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day.